Hi, my name's Stuart Bull. Welcome to my instructional blues video. Before we get started, let's tune up. Here's a low E. An A. D. G. B. And a high E. I'd like to start with discussing the basic blues format. We're going to be working in the key of A today, so the three chords that we'll be using in our basic blues format are A7, D7 and E7. The amount of bars that we play for each chord are 4 bars on A7, 2 bars on D7, 2 bars on A7, a bar of E7, bar of D7, 1 bar of A7, and then to finish, 1 bar of E7, and then back to A to start again. So let's just count through that format. Remember, it's a 12-bar blues, so I'm going to count from bar 1 to bar 12. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4. 11, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4. And then back to the A to finish. Obviously this blues can be at a varied amount of tempos, could be slower, could be faster. And there are a lot of variations on that blues format, but that is the most basic one. Next, I'd like to talk about one of the scales that we can use to play over this blues format. One of the main scales that is used by blues players, used by myself, is the blues scale. This is very simple and very similar to a scale called the minor pentatonic scale. Now, the minor pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale, and it's one of the first things that you learn on guitar when you're learning to improvise or play solos. So here's the minor pentatonic. It's A, C, D, E, G. And then it repeats up the neck again. A, C, D, E, G, A. Now, in order to make this into a blues scale, we have to add one note. The note that we add is an E flat. This note is known as a flattened fifth, or sometimes called the blue note. So now we have a 6-note scale. In the first position, we have 3 flat 5 or blue notes that we can play. The first one is here, the second one is here, and the third one is here. Now, the way I usually approach this is I ascend the scale in one way, go up one way, and I descend the scale in a different way. When I ascend the scale, I use this flat 5, and when I descend the scale, I use this flat 5. And each time using that flat 5 there, which is on the 6th fret A string. So let's do the ascending version of the scale. Notice I played the flat 5 there. Now let's do the descending version of the scale. Now you don't always have to use this flat 5 when you ascend, and you don't always have to use this flat 5 when you descend, but they are laid out very nicely for playing certain types of licks. For example, you notice that little run there would have been very awkward if I'd have had to play all of the flat 5s in the lick on the 8th fret G string there. Okay, let's move on to position 2 of the blues scale. I'm going to play an A each time because obviously the first note in each position isn't always an A. So I'm going to give you an A just to give you the tonal centre. Here are the flat 5s in this next position.